Right now, the family of a Sauk County teen who went missing for more than a month ago now offering a cash reward. We hear from the father as he looks to bring his son back home.
Plus, a Janesville man now in custody after investigators identify a woman's remains found in Beloit.
And later, tributes continue in northern Wisconsin for two fallen police officers months after losing their lives in the line of duty. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. The father of a missing Sauk County teen James Yablonsky is now issuing a $10,000 reward for helping bringing his son home.
He spoke to News 3 Now's Armand Rahman today about how difficult the past month has been searching for his son. Armand?
That's right, Eric and Charlotte. Bill Yablonsky says him and his family have been jumping on any tips and getting out and searching, but they're approaching 6 weeks since the 13-year-old James left his home in a vehicle and have found nothing more than campsites law enforcement believe he built. So his father hopes this can be the next step in getting him home.
Because I don't know if he's safe. That's what really bothers me.
For Bill Yablonsky, it's been over a month of anguish.
Mondays have become a real hard day for me to even function, because that reminds me it's another week has gone by.
That he hopes a reward will bring to an end with the location of his son James.
This is to bring him home only. It's not on tips. The $10,000 pays to the person that finds him and brings him home.
That's the only ending he can accept right now.
The worst outcome is the one I don't want to think about if I can help it. It goes through your mind. You don't understand how much you think, well, what the best outcome and the worst outcome, and it just keeps going through your head either way.
Law enforcement believes James set off to live off the grid with survivalist handbooks and a firearm after finding camps they think he built in the woods. His father has other theories.
I think this is all a setup on an abduction is what I'm thinking. The dogs circled that camp. They never went back into the woods. So that tells me he went in there, set up that temporary camp, left his stuff behind, and walked back out and got in a vehicle.
He says running away is very uncharacteristic of James.
He's a very loving, caring, and a hard worker. He likes to play around and goof around. He likes riding motorcycles and four-wheelers. He's just a very outgoing kid.
And that light missing from life has been hard on the whole family.
My daughter, every time she sees a video, she's in tears. And my two older boys, you're gonna see that it affects them temper-wise. I just want my son home, and I don't know what to do.
I reached out to the Sauk County Sheriff's Office today to see if they had any updates in the search for James. They responded that they did not. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact them or Sauk County Crime Stoppers.
Armand, thank you. Now to an update on a woman's remains found in Rock County last night. Police have made an arrest in connection with her death. 37-year-old Judy Sprigler was last seen leaving her home last Wednesday and had not been seen or heard from since. After an autopsy confirmed the remains were Sprigler's, a 45-year-old Janesville man was taken into custody on a tentative charge of mutilating or hiding a corpse. No word yet on what caused Sprigler's death.
Madison police are investigating a stabbing on the east side this morning. The incident happened around 11:35 in the 500 block of Bowman Avenue. A 30-year-old woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Officers reportedly found her with a stab wound to her arm. So far, no arrests have been made.
Police in Whitewater are searching for a man who they say attempted to abduct a girl in the city this afternoon. The attempted abduction happened about 3:45 near the intersection of West Center at South Cottage Street. The police say the man told the girl to get in his vehicle before grabbing her arm. They say she then bit the man's arm and ran away. The man drove away in a black four-door sedan with tinted windows. He's described as being about 30 to 40 years old, shoulder-length dark brown hair, a long brown and gray beard, and a gray rose tattoo between his shoulder and lower neck area. Anyone with information, video, or pictures is asked to call police.
Let's now check the first warn forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Yeah, Charlotte, Eric, and folks, it's pretty on the patio, but the time is ticking. It's not going to be pretty for long. Look at our high temperatures today across southern Wisconsin. 79 to the west in La Crosse, moving to the southeast, 75 in Viroqua, 81 in Lone Rock, and 80 right here in Madison, and down to the south in Janesville. A little bit warmer, 84 degrees, but these are temperate temperatures compared to what we may be seeing over the course of the next week. Beautiful out there right now, middle to upper 60s. Got a little bit of a breeze out here on the patio. Great night for opening up the windows if that's something that you like to do, because you're going to be shutting those windows very likely pretty soon. Temperatures have changed. 5, 10, even 15 degrees colder than where we were at this point last night. So it's a cool, refreshing evening across southern Wisconsin, but the heat is building. Look at the heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in the southwest U.S. and the Gulf Coast region, and that heat is going to be boiling towards the north over the course of the next week. And we got a friend in southern Wisconsin and their owners that are taking the heat wave watch, so to speak, from us seriously. Look at the heat wave haircut here. Thanks, Susan, again, for sending us this photo. And you can always send us these photos via our First Warn Weather app. We'll be probably looking at more heat-related photos over the course of the next week. Let's plan, though, that Friday, beautiful Friday, starting off in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees, and then temperatures climbing up to around 81. But I'll be tracking the heat wave and give you some heat tips to get ahead of that heat wave coming up.
Alex, thank you. After weeks of investigating, Madison Fire Department officials say they are still unable to determine what exactly caused that condo explosion on Madison's west side back in June. Officials believe either a propane tank in a garage or natural gas-powered device may have had a leak fueling the explosion. The ignition source, however, still unknown. There's no evidence to suggest in any way that it was a criminal act. A Wisconsin community continues to honor 2 fallen police officers months after their deaths.
Daniel Gomez has a look at 2 tributes in the works and checks in with the Chetek police chief on how the department is doing.
The memory of fallen officers Emily Breidenbach and Hunter Shields still consumes Chetek Police Chief Ron Ambrositis.
We're never going to forget Emily or Hunter. I think the people that come to this community that didn't know them 2 officers are definitely going to know that they gave the ultimate sacrifice in their job for their community, for their county.
This week, the Barron County Board unanimously approved a resolution to name the 6-mile stretch of County Road SS connecting Chetek and Cameron, the Officer Emily Breidenbach and Officer Hunter Shield Memorial Highway. The road is where the officers were shot and killed in early April. While Chief Ambrositis says he and his department would wish to not remember that tragic day, he is grateful for the gesture.
It's tough. It's really tough. We're a small department. You know, in a lot of ways, these are my children. I hired Emily. You know, that girl sat in my office with her packet. It's going to take a while. This isn't something that we're going to get over in a month or 2. It's going to take us years to get over this.
Chief Ambrositis says that he continues to be there for Cameron Police Chief Adam Steffen.
He's a fairly new chief. He's been chief for probably a couple of years now, so I've helped him through a lot of the first-time stuff that they're going through.
Community members are also showing their support in creative ways. Woodcarver Lisa Sarichuk is carving out an eagle at the Barron County Fairgrounds in tribute of Emily and Hunter. She says she spoke with some law enforcement officers to see how they thought it should be put together.
I asked them for their input, how they wanted to see it. I mean, they put their neck out on the line all the time for us. I mean, this is more a memorial to Hunter and Emily, but it's in honor of the officers for all they do.
She hopes to have it done by Friday and will be placing it by the flagpoles at the Barron County Fairgrounds.
As for the highway sign, there is no formal timetable for exactly when it will go up.
There are new developments in a string of murders on Long Island. The investigation has now spread to 2 other states. Investigators are now examining Rex Hireman's connections to Las Vegas and Chester County, South Carolina, where he owns some property, and also looking back at unsolved cases. The 59-year-old architect and father of 2 is in custody, charged with murder in the deaths of 3 of the so-called Gilgo 4. He's the prime suspect in the killing of the 4th victim, Maureen Brainerd Barnes. All were sex workers whose remains were found along the beach on Long Island back in 2010. Hireman has pleaded not guilty.
A House hearing about online censorship is getting more attention today because Democratic presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is among those testifying. Kennedy is testifying at the invitation of Republicans who accuse the Biden administration of trying to censor him. Democrats say he's getting a chance to amplify controversial views.
They intentionally chose to elevate this rhetoric to give these harmful, dangerous views a platform in the halls of the United States Congress.
This is a hearing on censorship that began with an effort, with a formal motion from the other side of the aisle to censor Mr. Kennedy.
Kennedy still trails President Biden in the polls by a wide margin, but he has recently made some gains, mostly among voters who view President Biden as too old and those who are frustrated over inflation.
Meanwhile, the federal grand jury weighing whether to indict former President Trump over his role on January 6th and his alleged efforts to overturn the election met today. A senior Trump source tells CBS News a target letter received by the former president cites 3 federal statutes: conspiracy to defraud the U.S., deprivation of rights under the color of law, which applies when someone uses power to deny constitutional rights, and witness tampering and obstruction of an official proceeding. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson says a target letter typically indicates an investigation is in its final stages.
The prosecution has interviewed so many witnesses, looked at so much documentary evidence. If they bring these charges, it means they absolutely believe that they can prove this beyond a reasonable doubt.
Now, if Trump is charged, it'll be his 3rd criminal indictment as he continues to be the frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination.
Coming up on News 3 Now at 10, Alex is back with a complete look at your forecast.
But first, health experts are sounding the alarm for those who eat a certain fresh produce. We'll tell you why you want to make sure it's thoroughly washed before eating it. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Jack's Pizza, $2.48. 8-ounce Hy-Vee Choice Reserve New York Strips, $6.99. And a 2-pound pack of Driscoll's Strawberries, $3.98. All week long at Hy-Vee.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas, with best-in-class 3rd-row legroom. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 3.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2023 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time. Long live dreams. And long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life.
3 days only. Madison's massive Factory Direct Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show. Save up to 50% off hundreds of quality brand hot tubs and swim spas. Flexible financing. Everything must go. And Sunday at Madison Marriott West. EliteSpaSales.com.
Get 40% off new windows during Champion's 70th anniversary sale. Plus, pay nothing for 18 months. And don't miss your chance to win our $70,000 home makeover. Enter online today. Call or schedule your free estimate online 24/7 at GetChampionWindows.com.
Intuitive sit to start in the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
Race into savings at Hy-Vee this Friday through Sunday. Oreos, just $2.48. Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.88. And 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, $2.75 each when you buy 4. Only at Hy-Vee.
Coco Jones doesn't just look like me. I just play into it. I'm like, and I'll tell you. Plus, Sky Jackson is a class act.
The key to a good clapback is...
She said it with grace.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching watching News 3 Now at 10.
The third largest Powerball jackpot worth more than $1 billion has a winner. The winning ticket was sold in California, and the soon-to-be billionaire was the only one to match all 5 numbers and the Powerball. No official word yet on the winner's identity, but the California Lottery reports the ticket was purchased at the Las Palmitas mini market in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, the store's owner is expected to also get a Powerball payout of about $1 million. And while no one in Wisconsin hit the jackpot, some people did hit it big. In Grand Chute, a $1 million winning Powerball ticket was purchased at a Quick Trip. 2 $50,000 winning tickets were also sold, one in Green Bay and one in Appleton. And then in Hayward, a $100,000 winning ticket was sold at a Quick Trip. This is the second time this year the Hayward Quick Trip has sold a winning $100,000 ticket. Well, hundreds of thousands of cups marketed for children have been recalled because they contain lead. 8 and 12-ounce Cupkin double-walled stainless steel children's cups were sold in pairs on Amazon and the company's website. Consumers bought about 346,000 of them over the past 5 years. The cups have been found to contain lead levels that exceed the federal government's limit on the heavy metal. It is considered extremely toxic to children. Anyone who has one of these cups can request a refund on Cupkin's website.
Wisconsin is seeing an increase in cyclosporiasis, an intestinal parasitic illness tied to fresh produce. Cyclospora is a parasite commonly found in tropical or subtropical countries. People can become infected with it when they consume food or water that's contaminated. So for Wisconsinites, the main issue is going to be imported produce.
But in addition to watery diarrhea, people may also experience stomach cramps, nausea, weight loss, loss of appetite, fever, and tiredness.
Now, if the produce cannot be cooked, there are a number of measures that can be taken to try and prevent illness. Things like washing your hands before and after handling any raw produce, rinsing it thoroughly under running water, and storing it away from things like meat, poultry, and seafood.
In North Carolina, people are recovering after a rare tornado left behind a massive path of devastation. The EF3 twister carved a path of destruction 16.5 miles long for about 30 minutes yesterday. A tornado has not been seen in the central part of the state ever in the month of July. Residents say they're thankful to have their lives as they now focus on rebuilding.
It's just material. This stuff can be replaced. It's all about family right now, just pulling together.
The storm also damaged a Pfizer plant, which could intensify the country's already historic level of drug shortages.
Well, despite recent rainfall throughout southern Wisconsin, the latest U.S. Drought Monitor data shows large portions of the area are still facing extreme drought conditions, and as a result, crop conditions have struggled during a time that is critical for crops like corn, which need consistent rainfall during pollination season. Luckily, this year's drought has not come with abnormally high temperatures, which experts say would have only made conditions worse. And for more on those conditions, plus what's ahead, Alex joins us with a complete look at his forecast. Those warmer temperatures are on the horizon.
Yeah, I hate to say I'm the bearer of bad news now, because now we are going to add those hot temperatures to the forecast with already stressed crops. My dad's a farmer, and yeah, this is that time of year where you need at least an inch of water a week in order for those crops to be able to sustain.
So any chance we'll get some between now and when that extreme heat comes?
There is some, but there's a catch with it. This bubble of heat that's coming on the northern edge of it, we can sometimes get heavy showers and thunderstorms, but with it, the hot temperatures too. So we got all that in the forecast. I'm going to dig in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Start off with those 3 things that you need to know. Let's start off with the good stuff, I guess. Pretty warm as we head into the weekend. Low to mid 80s. We can take that. It's a little warmer than what we'd expect this time of year. Again, the rain chance, we do have a little bit of that Saturday going into Sunday afternoon, but not looking very likely at this time. We need a lot of rain again because we've got this heat wave that's coming with temperatures in the 90s as we head towards the middle of the week. We'll see just how high in the 90s in a moment here. All right, again, the good stuff as we carry on, plan the rest of your Thursday night going into the wee hours of your Friday. Middle to upper 50s. We'll do 56 in Lone Rock, 57 in Madison as we start off your Friday. Gorgeous day. Temperatures climbing through the 60s as we carry on in the day. A few clouds out there, and we'll go up to about 80, 81 degrees across much of southern Wisconsin. Now the not such good stuff. But we like to be the first warned weather team. We want to first warn you about this heat wave that's coming. Our friends at the Climate Prediction Center now upgrading southwestern Wisconsin for a high risk for excessive heat as we head out later into next week. This is that bubble of heat that I was talking about. We'll look at that bubble in just a second here. Where is the heat right now? American Southwest, the Gulf Coast region, and it's literally boiling towards the north, heading towards Wisconsin, and it will likely be here as we head out into next week. Just look at these temperatures, mid-90s, 94. If we can't get the humidity, and remember, I've been mentioning our humidity's been struggling. Humid air doesn't warm up as much. If it's a little bit drier air-wise, these temperatures could be higher because dry air heats up faster. So let's get ahead of this, folks. All right, what can you do? If you don't have the light clothing out now, now's the time to get it out. If you do need to be outside next week, start to plan where are those cool spots where you could take a break if you need to. If you do need to be outdoors, now's the time to start thinking about when in the day could I limit my activity. Early morning, evening time, that's the best time to be outside if you have to be outside. You don't want to be out during the heat of the day. And if you don't have an AC or a fan, now's the time to start thinking about where's their nearest place where I can get into air conditioning. Maybe a friend can loan you a fan or two, and hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So if now's the time to start preparing for, let's get the water stocking up as we head out into next week. We were mentioning that excessive drought, a little hole here over portions of Sauk, Iowa, and Dane counties. This is where they had the 4 inches of rain just 2 weeks ago, folks, but severe to excessive drought across all of southern Wisconsin, so the improvement is not all that much. Now, I mentioned that bubble of heat. This is that bubble of heat across the center of the Midwest, the Rocky Mountains, the Northern Plains, the upper Midwest. We're on the northern peripheral of that. We call this the ring of fire. So there is a chance as we go out into this heat wave time frame that we could be seeing above normal rainfall. We're not looking at that right now in our forecast, unfortunately, but at least there's that chance. And our friends here, Lucy, thank you, Susan. This is a heat wave haircut, so Lucy's all prepared for that heat wave, folks, as we carry out into next week. So maybe we all need to start thinking about that way. Again, you can always submit those photos to us. The First Warn Weather app is a good way to do that. And then, folks, here's that heat wave as we carry on in the 7 to 10 day forecast. Look at that mercury going up, middle 90s, folks. And it could be hotter than that. Andrew?
Charlotte, starting tomorrow, the Goodman Pool will be closed as they begin a week-long effort to prepare for the annual All-City Swim Meet. The pool will be closed until July 31st. The facility will be preparing for the 7,000 participants, volunteers, and spectators for the yearly swim meet. It will be held Thursday, July 27th to Saturday, July 29th. The Parks Division is adding lifeguard service to Vilas and Warner beaches to compensate for the pool's closure. Andrew.
Still to come, on the 2-year anniversary of the Bucks title run, you will never believe where one of their stars celebrated. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Update your roof and get 11% off everything at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense to protect your home. Owens Corning is the #1 trusted shingle brand by contractors. Choose from over 50 styles and get ultimate protection with a limited lifetime warranty and up to 130 miles per hour wind warranty. Save on your entire roofing project and get 11% off all Owens Corning shingles right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
I'm Scott Brocklesby with Brocklesby Family Farms, and this is my John Deere. We're a medium-sized corn and soybean operation, and we do a lot of custom work, planting and so forth, so we really expect things to be right when we hit the field because our reputation's on the line. When doing business with Sloan's, I have that feeling of respect. They respect the farmer. I can make one phone call and have somebody helping me troubleshoot. They're willing to go the extra mile to help us keep rolling, and this is why I think Sloan's first.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the two largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Something changed for the Brewers on June 23rd. At the time, they were 38-36, but since then, they have the best record in Major League Baseball. A whopping 15-7 record for the Crew. They were on the road today in Philly. Corbin Burns had the ball for the series finale. The right-hander has returned to Cy Young form in July. He tossed 8 scoreless innings today while striking out 10 batters. In his 4 starts this month, he has 36 strikeouts while allowing just 8 hits and 2 runs. And the offense, they backed him up. 3rd inning with 2 on, and Christian Yelich hits a Yelly bomb. And with Burns on the mound, it's about all they'd need. Brewers win it 4-0 the final. In 2016, when Taylor Colway was drafted out of UW La Crosse, he told reporters he was surprised that he got selected. Fast forward to last night when the Holman, Wisconsin native made his MLB debut for the Padres. He even picked up his first major league hit. Even better, today is his birthday. But in not such good news, Waukesha native and Mariners outfielder Jared Kelenic was placed on the injured list with a broken toe. The team says he broke his toe when he kicked a water cooler in frustration after striking out on Wednesday night. Kelenic, in the midst of his best MLB season, there is no timetable on his return. It was exactly 2 years ago today that Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Phoenix Suns to win the 2021 NBA Finals. The Bucks snapped a drought 50 years in the making as Giannis put up a historic performance to secure the championship. He dropped 50 points, secured 50, make that 14 rebounds, and swatted 5 shots. It's a day that Wisconsin will never forget, but hope to see again soon.
Bobby, Bobby, Bobby.
And how did Bobby Portis celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the Bucks championship run? Well, he went to the Forward Madison game. The 2021 champ did a meet and greet with fans before the game and stuck around for the match as well, but the Mingos dropped the friendly by a score of 2-1. But BP wasn't the only celebrity in town. Wrestling legend Kurt Angle put the duck pond in an ankle lock tonight. He threw out the first pitch, and even though it bounced, I'm thinking the ump called it a strike. Mallards dropped this one, too. 3-2 the final score. After showing out at Wisconsin, UW's center Joe Tippmann was drafted by the New York Jets in the 2nd round back in April. And yesterday, the man with the mullet put pen to paper. Tippmann, a 2-year starter at UW, signed a 4-year, $8.3 million contract with the Jets, meaning that Joe will be snapping the ball to Aaron Rodgers next season. That's a whole lot of green for Wisconsin's very own. We'll be right back.
How can anyone love a cat more than a dog?
Because cats are adorable.
Debatable.
Did you get that GIF I sent you?
Oh, the GIF?
Yeah, I definitely sent you a GIF.
What is the point of decaf coffee?
When you don't want to have the jitters.
Then just don't drink coffee.
It's pronounced GIF.
I like window seats.
But if the window breaks, you get sucked out.
Hybrid, plug-in hybrid, EV. To each their own, electric. Get offers on select vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Lease the 2023 ES300 Hybrid for $589 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Hopefully, your family will never need to hire a personal injury lawyer. But if you ever do, it's important to understand that not all law firms are the same. A lot more is involved than one phone call and a quick settlement. To make things right again, it can take time, and it will take talent. Since 1930, Habish & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit spectrum.com today.
3 days only. Madison's massive Factory Direct Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show. Save up to 50% off hundreds of quality brand hot tubs and swim spas. Flexible financing. Everything must go. And Sunday at Madison Marriott West. EliteSpaSales.com.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Mallards Baseball, Friday night. Come for the game, stay for the fireworks.
We go to Alex, final check of the forecast.
Yeah, folks are getting prepared for the heat wave next week. Humans and animals, too. Let's take a look. Here's Lucy. The heat wave haircut. I think all the dogs are going to try to look like this pretty soon over the course of the next week as everybody gets ready here, folks, for that heat wave that's heading towards southern Wisconsin. Again, you can always send us those photos via First Warn Weather app. That's a nice way to do it. Otherwise, First Warn at WISC-TV.com. We've had some really nice photos over the past couple of weeks. And we'll be looking at hot photos next week with that heat wave coming. Temperatures in the mid-90s by the time we get into the middle of next week. Could be even higher. We're watching it.
All right. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.